What's up, y'all? Good evening. How are you feeling? Greetings. What's up, Anthony? How are you doing this evening? Hey, Sasha. How are y'all feeling tonight? Cool. Glad to hear it. We're gonna be playing with some cards tonight. Do you ever polish your nails? I feel like it should be a vibe. I have never polished my nails. Actually, do you mean polish my nails like just put nail polish on? I do that like occasionally, but I'm very new to it, so I get it everywhere. I'm still learning. Which reminds me, I should probably look at my nails before playing. One time someone commented on my nails when I was playing with the cards. Welcome in. Yeah, paint your nails. Polish, paint, same thing. Sometimes, yeah, I like more like darker tones, even flat colors. I'm well, thank you, Moonflower. How are you feeling? Good to see you. What's up, June? How are you feeling? What color should I paint my nails? What do you think would work good for me? Should I do designs? Thanks, Brittany. Navy. Ooh. Favorite book recommendation? You're lovely, by the way. Thank you. Thank you for your compliment. Favorite book? Black with Gold. Hey, you must be here, because that's how I usually paint my nails. Matte gray. Okay. Right now I'm feeling like olive. Purple? Purple. Hey, look, both y'all said purple. You must be on the same vibe. I think right now I'm feeling like a, do I have something that's like olive green? Olive green. Something that's like a matte color I think would vibe with me at the moment in time currently. I'm gonna just fix this a little bit. That's how I'm feeling right now at least. But I painted my nails gold and black like 2 weeks ago. You can check it out in my videos. Olive green is your favorite color? No way. Read, he says. Read, Asian persuasion dude. Right now, he says, read. This is my first time here. Hey, look at you. Appreciate the flowers, my dude. Olive and purple go together. Huh, never seen them compared or added together. Ooh. I'm just gonna shuffle. Look like we're doing something while we let some people jump in here. We're gonna get some read-ins going this evening. I can read yours. We're gonna be taking donation-based reading, so if you wanna jump in queue, you can drop a donation. $5.55. That's it. That's it. To the Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, even crypto. My Zelle works, but it's down right now, I think. I hardly ever use it, so. What's up, Authentic Mystic? How you doing this evening? I like your username. How long have you been doing tarot? I've been reading personally for about a year and a half. More consistently, I'd say the past 9 months. And before that, just like watching tarot readers for at least a year and a half. So, and having tarot readers as friends and learning from them. Yeah. Thanks. Chilling with some chai. That's what's up. That's a good way to call in the night or morning. Can you pull a card for me? Just want to see something about my new year. We're going to be doing donation-based readings this evening. But we're going to start with a reading for the collective, for everybody. And then we'll be moving on to random number generator-based readings if no one has donated to get in the queue. The random number generator readings will be general readings. Nice. Keep up the good work. Every day, we get to choose the path, the journey, this spiritual journey. What a joy. You, smart. I'm chilling. Yeah, I'm chilling. I'm chilling as well. Stoked with the cards. I got a nice jar of water right here. We're happy to be here. Would you survive Squid Game? That's a funny question. Quite possibly. Do you study sacral geometry? Sacral or sacred? I get what you're saying. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Are there some times where you don't feel connected to it anymore? What do you mean, it? I ate an edible and now this, then sleep so I can manifest hard tomorrow. All right. I got a day of travel tomorrow, so I'm looking forward to that. Spiritual things like tarot. I mean, it like comes in waves, but I definitely don't see myself like ever stopping tarot or like being I don't know, like turning my back on it. Like, no, I only see myself diving deeper into the mysticism and the practices and esoteric realms and diving deeper into the practices of spirituality and anchoring it in this reality, for I know that that's a big part of my mission here on this planet, is to bring heaven to earth and to anchor these spiritual teachings into this reality, to ground them. What's up, Cass? I'm grateful to be here. I'm happy to see you. How are you? Lindsay, what does your shirt mean? What do you feel when you see the shirt? What's your sign? All of them are my signs, especially the omens. How did you get started or interested in the spiritual life? Good question. Good to hear, Cass. I'm good to hear you're doing well. Indigo children things. Vibes. We out here. We've been on this shit for lifetimes. You look like an angel. Nothing more than a reflection of you, beautiful. I appreciate you. Thank you. It's a goal to become an angel. One of these wings. One of these days my wings will rip from my skin. How did you get started or interested in spiritual life? Good question. I think I've had some very important, I guess you could say, milestone moments in my journey so far that have really that have truly shifted my awareness and my focus into realizing how true these practices are and their benefits, and how to continue to learn them even deeper so that I can share them with the world and just continue to do my work here. Do you feel you were born in spirituality? Yes, that's kind of why I was hesitant to the question at first. Payment sent. All right, Sammy, I think you will be up first, my dude. Would I be able to get a reading? I've never had one. You can, yeah. We're taking super affordable readings this evening, just $5.55. So if you want to drop that Venmo Cash App donation, you're more than welcome, and I'm more than happy to do your reading. Do you believe your third eye is open? If so, how do you know? Let me check my list before we like dive into full Q&A mode, because I do want to do some readings, but I also love just this Q&A vibe, just like talking with y'all and chatting it up. But also I want to honor everybody and people who jumped into the queue and who wish to secure themselves a reading this evening. We're going to be playing with the tarot. What's up, Walmart Sandwich? How you doing, friend? Cool. Yeah, we got 2 of you on here in queue, so we're going to start with a collective reading, then we'll read for our friends so we can get it moving, my guys. But I like to just at least open it up for a collective general reading. I am so glad to be here right now. And yeah, we're going to get moving, we're going to get going, and then we'll take little breaks and you guys can ask more questions if you feel called. You're more than welcome. I definitely welcome them. Yes. But Samir, we're going to get right to you, my dude. You're going to be first up. Then we got Cassidy. We're going to be flowing. So if you want to jump in the queue, you're more than welcome to drop a donation to my Cash App, my Venmo. Hey, how long is the queue for readings right now? I appreciate you. You are so sweet. Thank you. Namaste. Nothing more than a reflection of you. The blessing is mutual. Cheers. I just got another donation, so we got a couple... 3 more. Cass. Squashka. The queue, we have 3 people on. We're about to do collective, Samir, Cass, and our friend who just dropped in, That backward ski mask. Yeah, absolutely. So we got a couple, just like no more than 3 or 4. And so if you want us to drop that donation or come back in like 10 minutes, get yourself a glass of water, get yourself a snack, jump in here. We'll get to it. But I don't like rushing into things. You know, that's not fun. I'm feeling a little excited. I want to slow down for a second. So if y'all wouldn't mind, I'm going to just take a breath. If you'd like to join me for this breathtaking process, you're more than welcome. And I'm more than happy to share some guidance through this process of breathing. So if you feel so called, find yourself a cozy seat, press your sit bones into your seat, lengthen up through your spine, reach up through your shoulders, reach up through your crown, lift up in your heart, breathe in through your nostrils, breathe into your belly. You can place your right hand on your belly, you can place your left hand on your heart, inhale into your belly, bring that breath up through your ribs, expanding in the lungs, breathing into the heart, breathing up to the throat, exhaling, letting it go, slowing it down. Once again, let's get it. Inhaling through both nostrils, into your belly, lungs, ribs expand, heart lifts. Exhale, soften into your presence. Just feel the breath release itself from your nostrils, your lips. 3rd time's a charm. Let's do it. You can close your eyes if you'd like, and you can inhale as much as you may. Really drawing that fresh air into your body, that good ass prana. Shouts out Ralph. Hold it at the top. Sigh it. Press it out. Exhale it. Nose or through the open lips. Return to a gentle rhythm of breathing. This moment of presence. And we'll get flowing. I see a couple donations have dropped in as we're practicing breathing, so I'll definitely add y'all to the list, but I want to keep flowing with it, so we're going to go right towards a collective reading. The style of readings we'll be doing this evening. Also, I just want to thank you for joining me in that moment of stillness, centering here. Shouts out to y'all collective. Thanks for being here this evening. By the way, my name is Gavin, or at least according to my government-issued birth certificate. I go by Gavin. I also go by Zen. Welcome to this channel. We call it In Zen because that's the mission. Zen is the practice of being present in every moment. Enjoying the utmost of life, embracing every bit of it. And that's our mission here on this channel. So thank you for being here. And thanks for playing. Welcome this evening. Dear cards, please just be open, honest, clear with us in the collective, and show us the message to share today. Whatever it is that you wish to say through these cards. We're going to pull 2 cards. We're going to split the deck. We're going to clear the deck. We'll flip 2. We'll flip them upside down to show you the root. The root is what ties the 2 cards in the pool together. And first we drew the star for the collective. Y'all are funny. You don't need anything, if I'm being honest with you. You already have it all. This is the Queen of Pentacles right here. We got the star. We got the Queen of Pentacles right next to each other. We got the King of Cups in the root. We have the star. We have the Queen of Pentacles. We have the King of Cups. I'm seeing this as a very positive message, my friends. Yes. The cards are asking you and encouraging you to remain present. Look at this. Like, I just want you to first, like, see these cards and, like, kind of how they build onto each other. Look, okay. So we got the star, right? I'll start with the star. The star has 1 foot on the earth, grounded, rooted. The star also has 1 foot in the water, in the flow, flowing. 1 foot on the earth, 1 foot on the water, right? We got the Queen of Pentacles here. We have the King of Cups here. Pentacles are the sign of earth. Water is the sign, cups are the sign of water. right? So the star is representing the subtle bridge between the feminine, Mother Earth, and the masculine of the water, the sky, the air. Right now I'm getting but it's not the air in the sense of air that we breathe, but it's air in the sense of the water in the air. Because there's air in the water, there's water in the air everywhere. There's water in the air everywhere, right? Even when we breathe, we can't see it necessarily. Like, water is everything. Water is life. This entire experience, this matrix which we exist within, is composed of water. We wouldn't be here without it. And so the queue is still open. Yeah, if you want to drop a donation, you're more than welcome to jump in. We're gonna wrap it up with the collective. But I think that this is a very encouraging message. Just keep you focused on your balance. Asking yourself, what are the gifts, what are the things that you want to bring to this earth? What are the values and the missions and your lessons that you came here to learn and to apply to your life so you can share with the world? But also, listening to your intuition will allow you to know what it is those are. The King of the Cups is a very beautiful indicator of intuition, and also viewing the intuition from an intellectual space, because being the king, representing the masculine energy, masculine more so representing more like intellect and like focus and logic. So it's like, how can I view my intuition, my emotions, which is water, from a logical perspective? And when you view your intuitions from a more grounded, earthly perspective, then you can really shine your light and be the star that you are, and step into your cosmic divinity that you came here to represent and hold energy for our fellow beings. Wow. Cool. I think that's it, my guys. I'm just going to say that like one more time, because if it just went over your heads, because that was kind of deep. Maybe not. Maybe that's like breakfast for most of y'all. But I'm just going to say it one more time before we get going. So we got the King of Cups. King of Cups represents the water and the emotion, the intuition, but also viewing your intuition from a logical stance. And then by witnessing your emotion and grounding your emotions, grounding your intuitions, grounding being the Queen of Pentacles, you'll be able to shine your light like the star that you are, grounding your intuitions and flowing and literally just being an abundant cup, always just pouring out the water, sharing what you came here to share, being in flow. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna take a sip of water and take a step back, but that was definitely that for my collective friends. Pardon this guy who just thought you could burp on a live stream. Like, what? I'm kidding. Samir, to answer your question, this is not my first live stream. This is my first live stream this week, and it's my first live stream today. Though we do this at least once a week. Shine bright like a diamond. You already know. You already know. Alrighty, my dude. Sweet, you are up. Do you have any questions for the cards this evening, Samir? And I also want to let you know that we have 2 other decks we can play this. So we just played with a traditional Waite-Smith tarot deck. Also have this one here. Just a general reading. Got you. The Synesthesia deck. And this is the Zen Osho tarot deck. Do you have a preference on the cards? Ask the card is if Gavin is single. Samir, do you have a preference on the deck we play with? We're going to keep flowing with the classic deck. Gotcha, my dude. Thank you for being here this evening. Dear cards, dear divinity, here present with us this evening, watching over us. What messages would you like to share with our friend Samir tonight? Ooh, that one wanted to fly out. Do you see that guy? He just like flew. We're gonna keep that. Definitely a card for you, my dude. We're gonna cut the deck. We're gonna clear the energy and we're gonna draw 2. Let me pick up this fellow. All right. The wild one that flew right out was the Empress. Truly a frisky card. The Empress flew right out. Then we have the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. The Justice card in reverse. The Three of Wands in the root. Oh, mothers love me, by the way, Lizard Queen. So we got the Three of Wands. We have the Empress who flew right out. We have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, the Justice card in reverse, and the Three of Wands in reverse. Excuse me, right side up, in the root. I think the Empress card kind of spices this up a little bit and gives a little bit more context and direction to the cards. I feel like you might kind of get where I'm going with this, but we'll get to it. Alrighty. So with the Empress here, it's showing that you're reaching some resolve with some feminine energy, whether it's the feminine with energy within you, whether it's the feminine energy with another individual who might be a romantic connection. I do feel a connotation of that energy in this reading, so I'm just going to say it flat out. And I think it's a little bit of both as well, as above, so below, as within, so without. You've been doing the work. You've been developing a deeper relationship with your own personal relationship with the yin and the feminine energy within. and it's been some time. It's taking some effort. You maybe feel like you're walking alone at times. But also sometimes that journey, you get to have the best view. You sit and enjoy it by yourself. I see that you're reaching a level of completion with this level of and tapping into your yin and your effeminate energies and integrating them into your being, especially with the King of Pentacles and the Justice card in reverse here. Knight of Pentacles and the Justice card are both in reverse, and I'm seeing it this way because I think that they're going to be happening in the near future. So you'll be bringing justice to your relationship with the Empress, with the feminine, with that which is honorable of the feminine, bringing this into light. And you'll be integrating this not only into your day-to-day, how you can embody and represent this as an individual, but also potentially calling a reflection into your life who may or may not be a romantic relation. And maybe you already have a romantic individual in your life who you're committed to. So maybe this is learning how to see this within them as well and holding that space for them to step into their Empress energy. So you're being encouraged to reflect as well with the Three of Wands here and looking over everything, reflecting back on your experience and your relationship with the feminine and how it's been integrated into your life and where you can bring it to greater levels of justice. And then when you do this, it'll basically be like bringing a gift to the world, because this is a great space for you to work, and when we do our work we receive rewards. And so as you're doing this work, the Knight of Pentacles is encouraging you to keep moving forward on your horse, on that momentum, and you'll be receiving the coin, the token, that which is the gift of your endeavors. The pentacle, the disc. Yes, but I think first it starts with that reflection and coming to justice within oneself. Coming to justice within oneself. Regarding the relationship with the Empress and the feminine, forgiving yourself for the times that you feel like you haven't lived up to your standards that you may now have for yourself when it comes to interacting with the feminine, and also forgiving the feminine for in times that she's disrespected you and you've felt personally, I will say, I don't want to say attacked, I feel like that's a little bit too severe of a word, but you've felt personally focused with denigrative, like harmful energy. And so as you're forgiving those who have done that, especially like female beings who you've felt disrespected by, and not letting it ruin your perception on the energy itself, developing a healthier relationship with that. Yeah, and I can tell that you've been doing it, so it's not like I'm telling you anything new. Though I think that now is like just an affirmation to keep doing it even deeper, and then asking yourself like, how can I then allow this to unfold in my connections with my fellow beings? Alrighty, my dude. How did that sound? Was that like a little bit too miscombobulated and jumbled? I feel like that message was pretty dang clear. I think it's really about just, reflecting on oneself and fine-tuning one's own interaction and relationship with the feminine, aka the yin, aka the darkness. Yeah. Okay, spot on. Thank you so much, bro. You're welcome, Samir. I'm cool. I'm glad to hear that it was spot on. Absolutely. Yeah, just keep moving. Do yourself. Do your thing. Be patient. But also, like, ask yourself, like, how can I... What is the point? Like, what is the point of these connections? And how can I interact in these connections to not only allow myself to flourish, but also allow my fellow to flourish as well? Cool. Okay. This is Divine Masculine Energy right here, just in case anyone's wondering. You're so sweet, Lainey. That's definitely what I was drawing from, hinting towards. Definitely that. The Divine Masculine is here encouraging you to develop deeper relationship with the Divine Feminine. Absolutely. 100%. Cool. Cassidy, you are up next. Let's just keep flowing with it. Then I'm going to look at my phone and we'll get to the next list of friends. We are still welcoming people into the queue. You're more than welcome to jump on. I think we have like 3 more after Cassidy. So you'd be 4th, 5th. Can I ask you, do you have any mods working for you? No, not currently. I have a couple friends who I've met on here who offer to be mods, and they have been once or twice. And then I have like a backup phone and a backup account, and I mod myself. But usually we don't have like much issue with the lives. If you're interested in doing that, and that'd be a vibe, follow me, I'll follow you back, and I can send you a message and we can get that set up. Though yeah, Cass, are you still here? Do you have any questions this evening? And do you have any preference on the deck? Then I'll just do general today. Got you, babe. Do you have preference on the deck? Definitely interested. Love the vibe here. Cheers. Cool. You're funny, Brittany. I think the second one, the black one. Got you. I love this deck. Just got this one for Christmas. A gift to myself. This is the Synesthesia Tarot deck. Look how beautiful those cards are. No worries. Yeah. I'm glad that you felt drawn to it. We'll vibe with it. We'll follow it. These cards are gorgeous. They're very minimalistic. They're very quality. Like, you can hear that. Like, these are like stronger than other cards. I like that they don't have people on them. They're just symbology, and that makes it a lot more, I think, representative, inclusive, and closer to I don't know. You don't project so much onto them. It's much more able to open interpretation, which I think is very important. They're a little bit difficult to shuffle because they kind of get stuck together, but I think as I use them more, they'll do that. Beautiful. General reading for our friend Cass this evening. What messages would you like to see? Show, share, and honesty and openness. We're going to cut the deck. Clear the cards. Draw 2. First up, we have the 9 of Wands. Nine of Wands. Next is the 4 of Pentacles. Next is the 4 of Cups in reverse in the root. Yeah, these cards are fly. 4 of Cups in reverse in the root. That's what it looks like right side up. Honestly, I'm looking up the 4 of Cups right now in my other book because Okay, I thought that was that one, but it is helpful to have the original drawings. Sometimes I get them a little confused because I'm still learning this deck. But yes, we got the Four of Cups in reverse. And this is a very straightforward message cast. And I think like the energies are like starting to like feel the familiarity, considering that you've gotten a reading before. I'm getting encouraging message from these cards. I'm grateful that you're back here again. So thank you, Cass, for being here this evening. And I hope that these cards bring some clarity to where you are in your current state of being. Like I said, we have the Four of Cups in reverse in the root. Nine of Wands, Four of Pentacles. Alrighty. Here we are this evening. These cards are basically saying it's really time for you to take that time for yourself. Like now more than ever is your calling to, I don't want to say isolation, but I want to say solitude, hermit mode. And there's no shame in that. And also here's your time to develop that space of being like, yo, I'm allowed to just do nothing. Like I don't have to be doing something all the time. I just need a second to process. So just give me a second to process the process, because we gotta process the process. When we don't process the process, that shit gets bogged in. It just keeps building up. And then we get in over our head, and then shit happens where straw breaks camel's backs, and we don't need that. We've all dealt with that. If we learn from our mistakes, we can realize that we can recognize when those patterns are arising, and instead of giving into them, move into a different direction. And this direction is encouraging you to move towards solitude rather than moving towards things that may help you get this shit off your mind. Like the Four of Pentacles, I don't know if you remember in the traditional deck, it's a dude who is holding the four discs, like he's holding all of the things that are important to him very close. And so it's like, okay, what are those things that are important to you? What do you value? And bring that to your center, bring that to your heart. Really cherish and cuddle with those energies, because that's really what's going to help you to heal in this state, to clear off that shit that you need to clear, and to keep moving forward and really realize the foundations that you want to keep building from. The Four of Cups is also encouraging the same message. Four of Cups in reverse. I don't know if you would remember what this guy looks like, what I just showed you on the little booklet. But this one typically is an individual sitting underneath a tree, one cup next to them, other tree cups ahead of them. And I'm most often always, when I see this card, I'm reminded of the importance of slowing down, of turning in, especially sitting with the back to a tree and connecting with nature, and remembering that nature moves at its own pace. Nature doesn't give a butt about what the clock says or what the calendar year is. Nature doesn't give two hoots and a holler about what's happening on these business people's schedule. Nature moves at its own pace, and you are a part of nature. And so you move at your own pace. As the beautiful Baba Ram Das said, you cannot rip the skin off the snake, it must shed in its own time. And so as you sit within yourself and you cultivate this space for yourself to get to realize what it is that you want to hold close and cherish and cuddle close, sitting underneath your tree, realizing that you're here, safe, supported by the tree, though also you're cultivating a space to clear the energies that are no longer in resonance, and becoming more apparent in the energies that you do hold valuable, that you do want to bring closer to yourself, that you do want to keep around. And then you can build from those energies. The Nine of Wands showing the structure, showing the effort that will occur from these realizations. And so as you give yourself the space to sit in stillness, then once you've sat in the stillness and you realize that you've completed it, you'll be inspired and you'll move forward, and you'll be able to build from the realization of what it is that you hold near and dear to your heart and being. And I'm sure you're already instantaneously getting little callings within yourself. Oh, I know what that is. Like, I know what that is. Like, I know what that is. Like, yeah, listen to that. If you got a journal, write that down. Like, this is your time to really take the lead in writing your life, becoming the author of your existence. And when you write that down, you are literally creating new neural pathways and programs and reprogramming yourself. You got this, guys. So give yourself that time. Be easy on yourself. And do yourself to really sit with all of that you need to sit with, rather than trying to run away from it. Embrace it and release it. Yes, and I finally feel just in a flow state, trying to integrate, be in nature. Yeah, give yourself, I'd say like at least 5 minutes a day to just put your feet on the ground if you can. If you're in a place that's really cold right now, go and breathe the cold air. 30 seconds at least. You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm so glad that you appreciated this. I hope that you got something from this. We're gonna keep flowing. Feels so good. Coolio. Sending you Venmo now already. Cool cast. And of course, as always, you can catch the replay of this if you need a reminder, like 2 days on my YouTube channel. It'll be up there. Much love, my dude. Cheers. Alrighty, y'all. What is this scar on your hip from? How do you know I have a scar on my hip? I know how you know I have a scar on my hip. You looked at my Instagram, didn't you? Alrighty, let me see who else is here, my dudes. Claire, I got yours. Then I got MC. I got a reading for MC. After MC, we have Ashika. I think Ashika. Then I got you, Max. Jessica. And then you, Lindsay. So we have Claire, MC, Ashika, Max, Jessica, Lindsay. Hey, greetings. See y'all. Yes, I just got surgery on my hip as well. I was hit by a SUV in October, and I had to get a plate placed to my hip to put it back together. Gavin, what happened to your phone? Are you talking about this one? Can you see how it's cracked over here? I've been feeling generous. That's why I've been doing the 5 readings. I thought about charging a little bit more, but the first time I tried that didn't get a very good response, so we reverted back to the 5 and it seems to be flowing. But this happened in the accident when I broke my hip, when I got hit by the car. So yeah, we'll get a new one soon. Alrighty, let's keep flowing, my dudes. Claire, MC, Ashika, Max, Jessica, Lindsay. If anybody else would like to jump in queue, you are more than welcome. Remember, each reading is about 5, 7, 10 minutes, depending on how clear the message is. We're definitely flowing with it. We've got 6 on queue. Layla, just got you. I'm adding you now, so that's 7. If you want to jump in, you are more than welcome. We'll do a handful more this evening. If you want to get yourself a cozy seat, get something to drink, get a snack, jump back in, or catch the recording tomorrow evening, you're more than welcome. All right. Yes, I do have PayPal. You can check that out on my email. Claire, are you here? Claire Kelly, I see you. Do you have any questions for the cards this evening? And do you have preference on the deck, my friend? Remember, stay hydrated, Hans. Love drinking out of glass. Switch it up. I see you. Okay, we're gonna play with this one. Do you have a question? Yeah, after starting drinking out of glass, it's so difficult to go back to drinking out of metal water bottles or plastic water bottles. General reading, anything I should know, please. Got you, honey bee. This is the Zen Osho Tarot deck. one of the first cards to ever find me. This is when I was introducing myself as Zen around the world, and a man came to me and said, "Your name is Zen? I see it. I need to show you these cards." He showed me these cards. He said, "We gotta do a reading." We did a reading. He said, "This is the most powerful reading I've ever done." I like that guy. We had a good time. I bought him some food and exchanged it for the card. Alrighty. Claire wants a general reading this evening. Is there any messages you would like to communicate with them tonight? Honestly, openly, in harmony. That is a message if I've seen one before. I'm gonna shuffle one more time. I didn't like that. We're gonna do that again. There we go. Alright, we're gonna cut the deck. We're gonna clear the energy. We're gonna draw two. We're gonna flip to the root. This is so perfectly timed considering Sister Christy is here, and I think the cards are kind of pointing at them for this general reading for you, Claire. Supposedly, because first of all, I just want everyone to recognize our friend who just jumped in and is attempting to demonize us, which is what demons do. So thank you for showing yourself. We're gonna keep flowing for tonight, and the card that jumped out first and foremost, right, is the Patience card. Patience jumped out when we were shuffling in reverse, right? This is what she looks like. Look how beautiful that card is. The next one is We Are the World. We Are the World was in the drawing in reverse. Yeah, this deck is one of the decks that actually got me into tarot. I was like, oh, this stuff is real. Let's do this. Intensity. Intensity in reverse in the draw. That's what it looks like right side up. Shout out Divergent Triad. Like your name. First and favorite. Intensity in reverse, We Are the World in reverse, Patience in reverse, and Suppression in the root. In reverse. Look how all these cards are in reverse and tied together. Makes sense, right? Makes sense. I know just from the cards right here that you've been one of the people who haven't, I'll say, fallen victim to the mainstream narrative that has been drilled for the past 2.5, 3 years. You've felt a fair amount of dissonance with it. You've questioned it, I would guess. I might be imposing and projecting. Please stop me in the comments if that's the truth, or affirm that, yeah, maybe you think that what we're being told is happening isn't what's actually happening. You recognize that what's been happening is a means of applying suppression onto the world. Sure, everything has context, but I think you recognize that some of this shit is fishy, and that you see it as a form of suppression. And it's feeling intense. It's felt intense for a while. And you feel this suppression on the world itself. Maybe at times you've questioned and have felt some struggle with your faith. Maybe you've been like, maybe you felt fear and you're like, oh my gosh, who's in charge? What's going on? What are they trying to do? I don't know. But I think what the cards are trying to say is that patience is going to help you pull through. Staying patient throughout the intensity, throughout this suppression, will allow you to sit back and not be so emotive, not be so reactive to your emotions, not be so triggered by the efforts at suppression. By being patient, you'll know exactly your mission at this point, so you know exactly how you can communicate what you need to communicate, and where you need to show up, where you need to show up, you need to be with who you need to be with, because we're in a great state of change right now. And if you guys haven't realized that, then welcome to the apocalypse, because it's happening right before our very eyes. That doesn't mean the whole world is going to turn to hellfire and brimstone, but it means that the world that we've been raised to believe was existence is on its way out. And with this crumbling of the societal structures, now is our time to plant the seeds for the world that we wish to see, the world that we wish to cultivate and to live within. And so now you're being called to be patient, because soon enough you'll be presented with your message and what it is you're here to do to resist this suppression, to not allow it to take over, so that you can make the world that you came here to make and share your intensity, rather than being overwhelmed by the intensity that is attempted to be imposed upon you by the mainstream narrative. This is all I think about, to be honest. I know. I'm speaking right to your soul right now. Like, I got a very clear message, and like I'm still developing my psychic powers and my intuitions on that level. Like, my intuition has always been strong since a wee lad, but now I'm like realizing that there are gifts here, and we're allowed, and if we allow ourselves to stay open to it, we can cultivate these. And like, this message was very clear as soon as I saw these cards. I think that you have a very important role to play in your space, in your circle. I mean, I do believe that we are all the main characters of our life. Though now, like, you're being reminded that you are the main character of your life and you have an important role to play. Be patient with yourself. Be patient with the process. Stay faithful. Now more than ever is your time to develop that relationship and that understanding of your language, your communication with God, so you can see through the suppression, and you can use your gifts to really bring that world that you want to see to this world here, that world that you came from, your home, so you can feel home here. Woo. 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 Cool. I think that's on the dot. We're gonna keep flowing. That's cool. Any comments, questions, concerns? You're welcome. You are welcome. And remember that you can catch this recording in like a day or so on my YouTube. In the bio. Coolio. Thank you, Claire. Next, we have MC. MC, are you still here this evening? We are playing with tarot tonight. Doing readings. MC, are you still here? Maybe you went to go get a snack or something. If MC is not going to respond, then we will call our next friend. Ashika, are you still here? Hi, Ashika. MC the Alchemist. I see, you are still here. Cool. Ashika, you'll be up next, my friend. MC the Alchemist. What's up? I like your name. I don't know if you saw, but for a little bit, I don't know if you're new here, but this channel was called Zen the Alchemist for a while. It's a goddess. Thank you for that gift, by the way. This channel was called Zen the Alchemist for a while. You're here. You're here. Do you have any questions? Is there a deck you want to play with? Do you have any questions? Is there a deck you want to play with? But yes, this channel used to be Zen the Alchemist. For I consider myself an alchemist. I consider myself Zen. Though, there's something I sit with often is this quote that it says, "Those who say don't know, and those who know don't say." And I'm learning to find that balance and walk that line and live it and let my actions speak louder than my words. No deck preference, romance related. All right. Okay. We're playing with this one, the Synesthesia deck. They shouted out to me when I looked over at the decks and I said, "Who wants to play?" I'm gonna shuffle the cards. Thank you guys for the likes, the follows, the gifts, your presence, for simply interacting with me this evening. It's 11:55 here in the Midwest. Whatever you're getting into, may you be flowing in tune with your breath, with your groove. All right. We'll shuffle the cards. Dear deck, is there a message this evening for our friend MC regarding one's romance, the romantic relations, endeavors, experience? Any message you'd like to share with our friend tonight? I have synesthesia, so that's fitting. Perfect. I love this deck. It's pretty new. I think it just came out like last year, 2 years ago. I want to reach out to the author because these cards are crazy cool. All right, we're going to cut the deck. Clear the energy. Draw two. First and foremost, we have the Three of Pentacles in the reverse. Dang, look at that card. Three of Pentacles in reverse. Here's what it looks like right side up. Whoa, jellyfish? What? I've always wanted to pet jellyfish. Thank you, Coral. Six of Cups in reverse as well. Appreciate it. That's really cool. Oops. So we have the Three of Pentacles, the Six of Cups, and the Sun in the root. Oof. It says, I love being pretty, 777. Oof. Is that how you say that? Oof. Is that how you sound when you say it? Or is it more like, oof? Oof. The Sun. Three of Pentacles in reverse. Six of Cups in reverse. The Sun. Right side up. Cheers. Cheers, cheers. I like that collective reading too. I'm glad that you liked it. MC, my dude. I think the cards right now, more than anything, want you to see life from a romantic perspective and learning how to find those little glimpses of being in love with the experience itself. Right now, I'm feeling a calling to share with you, to encourage you to continue your work of bringing your mind, your body, your spirit in alignment, in tune. As above, so below. Bring your spirit and your body and your mind reflecting one another in harmony. Now more than ever. And the path for you to do this is through finding love throughout everything and being in tune with that vibration, that frequency of love and acceptance. And then that will bring joy, and that will bring bliss, and it's just ascending, right? Moving in that direction of those vibrations that will just continue to build you up. But first, you got to get it in alignment, the mind, the body, and spirit, your holy trinity as an individual already complete. Yeah. The Six of Cups encouraging this as well. I'm going to look up the Six of Cups just to clarify what it is in the traditional deck. I had a feeling it is this one. It's that cultivation, the farmer's market card. I don't know if you saw it that well, but it's in the traditional deck. It's these little ones walking around with flowers in their pots, and they look like they're at a farmer's market. This is in reverse alongside the Three, because they both are energies that are being called to integrate into your being. Both are energies that you're being called to now shine in and learn how to shine within them. Learn how to express and exude that alignment, that energy, that aura. Simply by doing it, you will shine by being in tune with your mind, your body, and your spirit. But also, the world itself is like a marketplace, right? The world itself is a gathering space where we ought to be able to go and interact and share our gifts, our wisdoms, our truths with another. And that's why apps like this are so flippin' awesome, because they provide us a little bit closer to that. That would be the ideal, right? Where everybody can just go be themselves, not have to be concerned about a thing. Can be merry and in love with life without having to be so attached to each other, without being so expectant of one another, but everybody equally in love with life, unconditionally. Not needing to require that from anybody else, but already being full within oneself. I see you've been doing that work, and now you're being asked to socialize a little bit and share that work that you've been doing, so that you may then attract those attractions, relationships, connections that will help you amplify this. Because the friends that you can go to that farmer's market with, the friends who you can go and just be in love with life with, those connections, energies, whether they're familial, whether they're familiar, Now, as you begin to integrate your spirit into your mind, into your body, you'll be more in tune than ever, and you'll be shining unconditionally, unapologetically, big part. And then you'll be ready and open to receiving the romance that is life itself. Then you can be in this space with your fellow beings and just be here to connect and communicate. Yeah, that's very much what I feel called for you to share today, is simply learning to develop a fresh, newer perspective on what romance even is. Why do you want it, and how can it benefit you in your life, and how can you benefit those who you're connecting with on that level? Yeah, keep shining. You keep shining, and it'll point you in that direction. And do the practices that make you feel at home in yourself. And if you don't know what those are, we can talk if you feel so called. You're welcome. You're welcome. Ashika, you're up. You're up, cuz. Do you have questions this evening? Is there anything you would like to speak on? Any deck you'd like to play with? Yes, I do also accept PayPal. That one is in my bio if you want to go pay that way. Can I get a love reading? Any deck? Yes, you can. We're going to do it with these ones as well. I'm going to drink these. Dear cards, Ashika would like a love reading too. Please clear this energy from any previous reading so we may show up here open, authentic, pure. One fell out right when I said that. Confirmation. The cards, they listen. They respond and they communicate, honestly. A love reading for our friend. We're going to shuffle once. Clear the deck a little bit. And cut them in half. Draw two. Wow. Solid. Well, the card that flew out, while we were shuffling, was the Knight of Cups in reverse. That's what he looks like right side up. In reverse. We have the Justice card in reverse in the draw, right side up. We have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse in the draw, right side up. We have the Emperor in the root upright. Alrighty, my friend. Right away this evening, the cards are telling you to know your worth. To know your worth. The Emperor in the root really just shows that this is your time to see yourself as nothing less than Empress, Emperor, Royal, Divine. Learning how to tap into that aspect of self. We all have it within us. It's just how much are we actually going to cultivate it, and how much are we going to actually take that ourselves seriously on that level, so that that's the life that we wish to live. There's no wrong decision, but know that you have it and you're being encouraged to step into it. Learning how to express your power openly, evenly, honestly, grounded. But also, knowing that you have it all within. And bringing balance to the areas of your life where you feel like are kind of lacking. And so evening out your energies, am I giving too much energy to focusing on relationships? Am I giving too much energy to focusing on a job? Am I giving too much energy thinking about how this one person thinks about me? Keep that in balance. Keep your eggs in balance. Your pentacles, your coins, that which you value. Keep it in check. The Knight is also encouraging you to listen to your intuition. The Knight of Cups, cups being water, water being emotion. The Knight of Cups is sitting on his horse, looking at the cup, listening to the intuition, listening to the signs, listening to the sensations. When you're interacting with an individual, especially an individual who may potentially be regarded as romantic connection, listen to your heart, listen to the feelings, listen to the flags, honor them. It doesn't matter how crazy you may seem or sound. You don't have to tell anyone. You don't owe anyone shit. If for some reason you don't like the way that this dude does one little thing, even if it's just something small, like even if it's just something that's like, I don't know, you don't like the way he chooses food. Oh my gosh, I don't like the way this person chooses food. We will never work out. Like, listen to that. Like, if it's something tiny like that, then don't follow it. Haley, welcome in. Yes, we are only doing paid readings this evening. Yeah, to answer your question. So, my friend, Ashika, know that you have it all within. But recognize, where are you placing your energies? Keep it in balance, keep it in check, inquire within, and ask yourself, how can I keep this better in balance? Cultivate that relationship with yourself and step into your power as an individual. Ask yourself, what are the practices, what are the patterns, what are the things that you like to do that make you feel empowered as a person, that help you tap into that energy of your Emperor, Empress energy, so that you can really ground this into your being and this becomes your natural state. And these are the connections you're inviting into your life, and these are the connections you're willing to bond with. Not out of attachment, not out of a space of feeling scarce and like, oh, I'm afraid to be by myself. But no, feeling full within yourself, so that those are the relationships that you invite in. And that those are the relationships that you can begin cultivating, so that you guys can amplify and magnify each other rather than be codependent and rely on each other type shit. We're moving out of that world. We're moving out of that world, and now's your time to step into your power as an individual. It takes time. It takes practice. It takes plenty of effort. Every moment you're provided the opportunity to do it, though. Every breath, every heartbeat, you have the opportunity to choose. Yes, like heck yes, hell yes, I know who I am. I'm the baddest of them all. All right. I think that's it, my dude. Alrighty. I think that's it, Ashika. How did that feel? Comments, questions, concerns, feedback? I'm more than open. We're going to keep flowing with it. I don't think it can get much deeper than that. Yeah. Max, you still in this? Max, you're still here, my dude. Thank you so much. That really resonated. Tight. Cool. I'm glad. I love seeing familiar faces in here. It gets me so giddy. I could easily get so distracted. I'm learning how to keep it composed, keep it grounded. Good to see you. Truly. Wow. Cool. What's up, Max? You have any questions this evening? Do you have a deck that you want to check out? Let me see if anybody else jumped in, dropped a donation, see if I should add to queue. Got you, dude. We can definitely talk to the guys and see what they'd like to say tonight. Let me just make sure we are up to date on this. We are. Cool. Let's see. Last one. Sweet. Cool. All right, we are on it. Pick which one you are drawn to. Cool, dude. We can definitely do that. We're gonna go back to the classic. We're gonna open up that Wade Smith deck. General reading from the guides. What is some wisdom we would like to share with our friend Max this evening? What is the message you would like to communicate with him, friends, dearest guides, dearest divine? This one. I love how that happens, right? And I'm a person who doesn't like shuffle crazy with the deck. Like I don't be like, oh, like, ooh, what's the question? I'm gonna keep shuffling until one falls out. Like no, but if one falls out, one falls out, and we'll get it. And that's a very clear message. It's all about that. Do you hear the signs? Sometimes we're learning. All right, Max. We're gonna cut the deck. We're going to clear the energy. We're going to draw two. The one that wanted to jump out and say what's up right away was the Page of Pentacles in reverse. If you notice, this card fell out when we were evoking the guides, evoking your guides, calling upon them and asking them if they had a message. I think that this is very clear, direct message from the guides. I'm saying, you are in their hands. We got you, my dude. You are in our hands. You are here. There's no need to fear. We're going to move forward. We have a 4 of Swords in the root, in the draw in reverse. We have the 7 of Wands in reverse as well. Then we have the 8 of Pentacles in the root. 8 of Pentacles. 4 of Swords reverse. 7 of Wands reverse. 8 of Pentacles reverse. Max, the guides want to remind you that you are cared for. This is you. Little earth orb here, the pentacles being the sign of earth. This is your guides, the page, being here with the utmost brevity and joy and appreciation for you. Look how he's like cherishing the orb, right? Your guides love you, dude. Your guides appreciate you. They cherish you. They adore you. They admire you. They want you to know that they care for you. And they want to let you know that you don't have to fight all of the time. You don't have to fight so hard. They're getting a very clear message to share with you, a lesson that I've learned in my youth. I used to view life as a fight. Every day I would wake up thinking I had to battle. Every day is a fucking fight. It's so hard. It's so much energy. I hate everything. I know you could never see that now just based on how I'm vibing, but I used to be such an angsty little asshat. Angry at the world because of all the trauma I had experienced. I hadn't worked through it and healed and forgiven, and instead I was just fighting every day, and I viewed life as a fight. You're being called to put that to rest. Definitely defend yourself when you need to. Stand up for what you know is right, but you don't have to view life as a fight. What helped me in my process, what my guides are sharing me to tell with you, your guides have talked to them. They're saying, life is a dance, my friend. Life is a dance. How can you start to dance with life rather than feeling like you have to fight it all the time, but instead flow with life? Become in tune with it. Get into your groove with it. Move into a rhythm that is in tune with your heart. The best way you can do that is to focus on yourself. Ask yourself, damn, what do I like to do? What do I find to be fun? Figure it out and keep practicing that. Whether it be a creative project, whether it be an intellectual endeavor, whether it be a little bit of both. Whether it be also internal work. This doesn't necessarily mean you're creating something physically. Maybe it means you're doing that work internally, clearing the trauma that you've experienced in this life. We've all experienced trauma. Regardless of our context, we've all experienced trauma. And no one has it any better or any worse than the other. You can't compare the traumas. Of course, some traumas are on this, like, when you just hear the details, you're like, oh, damn, like, okay, maybe I didn't have it as bad, but that doesn't mean you didn't have it bad. You can't, like, deny yourself your opportunity for healing as well. Or vice versa. Like, you can't also be like, no one has had it as bad as me. Like, that mentality is not going to let you to transform or alchemize that energy either. And now is your time to alchemize that energy, to work on that, to do that internal work, to figure out, fuck, what are my triggers? What is it that's holding me back from stepping into my greatness? What are the things that make me feel like I'm fighting with life all the time? And how can I put those things to rest? And it's not going to be easy. It can be scary. It takes courage. But this is the path that you're called to do. You have it within you. You have it within you. Max, you have it within you, okay? And your guides have you in their hands. So have faith and keep walking with it. Put to rest those aspects. Allow yourself to sit within self and really reflect on what it is that you need to work on. But don't be wasting your energies on things that are not benefiting. Alrighty. I think that's it, my dude. We're going to keep flowing tonight. Cool. Yeah, one breath at a time. That's all we can do. Jessica, are you here? Jessica, are you still here? Jessica. Bum, 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 bum. One more time. After Jessica, we have Lindsay. After Lindsay, we have Layla. What's up, Jessica? Where are you coming from? How are you feeling this evening? Do you have any questions for the cards? Is there a deck that you'd like to use? Wonderful, thank you for asking. What's up, Kentucky? I'm in Ohio, just real close. Shouts out to the Midwest. General reading, you got it, my dude. Is there a deck that you prefer? You pick. Got you. We're gonna keep... we're actually gonna go to the Zen Osha. I'm gonna write down our friend who, I think her name is Isabel. Get her on the queue, and then we'll get flowing. Yes, cool. Isabel, I got your donation. You are added to my list, my friend. Someone just dropped the PayPal, so I'm going to add you too, but we're going to open up the deck and we'll look at that in a second. Lulu, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Alrighty, Jessica. General reading. I choose the deck. We are flowing. Cool. Mackenzie, you are being added to the list, my friend. Alrighty, honeybee, we are going to shuffle the cards. I'm gonna keep that one out. I knew one of them wanted to play. We're gonna cut the deck. Clear the energy, draw two. This card has made an appearance, but in this deck, Page of Cups fell out first in reverse. Page of Cups in reverse, right there. Nine of Cups in the draw. 10 of Pentacles in the draw. Judgment in the root. First and foremost, I'm seeing that the Page of Cups and the Judgment card go hand in hand. The Page of Cups is encouraging you to develop, listen to, and strengthen your intuition. Really begin to honor it on all of its levels. Why it's upside down is because maybe you do listen to your intuition. Maybe you do think that you have a strong intuition. Now is the time to deepen it, deepen your relationship with it. You can always improve it. And you're going to be offered the opportunities to practice your intuition through social endeavors, connections occurring in the near future. The Judgment card is encouraging you to listen to your intuition and choose with your best judgment, choosing in resonance with your intuition, your emotions, and your heart. Knowing that even by yourself, you have it all you need. The Nine of Cups being here, a man, an independent individual, sitting there surrounded by that which they value. So you have it in your core. You're ready to connect with people on this level of feeling in a state of abundance and alive and appreciating for life. Shouts out to 1222 tonight. 22 people in here and 42 likes. Flow. 222. And the Nine of Cups is here to share with you. Don't compromise all of your values for those you choose to connect with. I'm sure you already realize this. But you're going to be tested in the near future. And now is your time to continue to move in the momentum because you've been making this progress to only connect and build bridges and bonds with those people in resonance with this, who are not seeking anything from you. They don't need anything from you. They're not reaching out and requiring. It's not, releasing any parasitic energy that may be lingering in your space. And instead, only being in spaces where you can amplify, you can connect, and you can be in symbiosis where everybody is benefiting each other, using your best judgment and listening to your intuition to bring you into these spaces. So sitting within that energy of abundance within oneself on a daily, being grateful for everything that you can be, and calling that energy of what it feels like to be full of life, so that your nervous system can become attuned to this frequency, can become familiar with it, so that you can then recognize it when it's reflected in other beings, and these other beings who are reflecting this sense of fullness, not because you need more fullness, but real recognizes real. And so when you see other people on this level, then you guys can bring it together, and then it's just going to be out of this world good, right? But you have to make the judgments on that level. You got to move. It's your decision as an individual with free will to decide to move in that direction. And now is your message to show you that you will be offered the opportunity to move in that direction. And it's up to you to listen. If you don't listen, you'll have provided another opportunity. Don't worry. You can't do anything. You can't do it wrong. But now is a little insight of some potential future tests and how you may have a little study guide so you can go past those tests flying colors. The intuition will lead the way. Yeah. You got it. Yeah. Cool. We'll flow with it. Insight, feedback, judgment, I'm open to it. Which bitch, thank you. Nothing more than a reflection of you. Cheers. We'll keep flowing. Lindsay, are you here this evening? Greetings. Lindsay, are you still here this evening? Got you. Love reading, finance, job. Cool. Okay. Is there a deck you want to play with? Which one? This one? This one? Any is fine. Alright, we're going to keep flowing with this one. So she says relationship, romance, and finance. Cards, do you have any clear indications for either of these topics for our friend Lindsay this evening? What would you like to communicate to them regarding their finances and their romances? Oh, she says, yes, love the black one. Any is fine. Make up your mind. I chose this one, but if you want me to stop, we can stop. We haven't started the draw. But I will keep this card out either way. I'm gonna wait. Well, thank you, my dude. I'm very grateful to be here. How are you? No, that one, you're doing fine. Alright. We'll keep flowing. I'm gonna shuffle once more. For Lindsay, regarding one's finances and relationships. We'll cut the deck, we'll clear the cards, we'll draw two. And the card that fell out while we were shuffling. The one that fell out was the Page of Wands in reverse. Lovely, I'm glad to hear that. Always good to spend time with the family. Page of Wands, right side up, just so you know what it looks like. Came out in reverse. I got the Lover's card in reverse in the draw. Right side up. It came out in reverse. We have the Six. Six of Swords came out right side up. And the King of Cups, right side up in the root. Alright, Lindsay, my dude. Regarding one's finances and or romantics, you're being called to leave those connections, whether they be financial or romantic, that are not in resonance with your sense of being in love with life. The Lovers here, I'm getting two messages. First one is that you have a masculine and a feminine energy within you. Yes, you have a masculine and feminine energy within you, and it's important to recognize this, and it's important to realize how you can then braid these two energies and make love within yourself with the masculine and the feminine that you already have within existence. As you make love with the masculine and the feminine within yourself, then you can make love with life. You can be in love with life every single moment. Apart with that, this card is also here because it's any external individuals, connections, relationships, whether it be relationships with a romantic or relationship financially. You gotta leave the ones that don't promote this state of being in love with life. You don't gotta do anything, but these are what the cards are encouraging you to do. The Page of Wands is knowing that it's gonna take effort. It's gonna take your magic. That's really good. So I'm gonna let that happen. The Page of Wands being the one who's holding the staff in his hands, the magic, the power, right there. You got it. You have the power. You got it in your hands. Use it wisely, responsibly. Then the King will let you know, the King within you, your logical sense of self, observing your emotions and intuitions, will bring you the clarity and the guidance to allow you to recognize what it is that you should leave and what it is that you should keep in your life, what it is that you should cultivate, and what brings you closer to that state of being in love with its existence, being in love within yourself, being in love with every moment of this life. Because that's what you deserve. That's what you came here to do. And you don't need to waste your time on any people, energies, businesses, jobs that are not promoting that. If there's a will, there's a way, so it's time to begin to cultivate that will within oneself and listen to the universe as it shows you the signs and allows you to keep walking along the path. That will bring you further in that direction so you can leave it behind you. And you can move in tune to that love, that tune of your heart, that tune of union of the masculine and the feminine, making love within. It's magic, baby. That's what magic is. All right, Lindsay. Feedback, questions, comments, concerns. How did that vibe with you tonight? I think that is what wishes to be shared. Of course, you can catch the replay on my YouTube in a day or so. You're welcome so much. Layla, are you still here? Layla, are you still here? Cool. Do you have any questions this evening? What's up, Hurricane? How many you have on your list? We have Layla, we have Isabel, we have Mackenzie. Let me see if anybody else jumped in. Nope. Perfect. We have 3 on our list this evening. I'll be open to doing 3 more. I should be getting to bed soon. I have to get up early for a flight. Love reading, feeling lost after breakup. Solid. Do you have a preference on the cards? I'm feeling called to these ones, but if you want me to switch it up, you're more than welcome. Yes, I do private readings. If you want to do a private reading, you can message me on Instagram because I'm still setting up on my website. The one you're using. Thank you. You're welcome. I'm flying to California tomorrow. All right, cards. Is there any clarity, messages regarding one's love, their relationship status, what's happening in that realm? Any words of wisdom, any insights or encouragement? Please let us know. What's up, Shella? What's up? Another one. All right. We're going to focus. We're going to bring the energy back in. Thank you, cards, for communicating your honest openness. Please allow us to provide the message for Layla this evening. Clearing any energy from our previous readings and showing up here honestly, openly, cutting the deck, clearing the energy, drawing to. Yep. First card to jump out was the Chariot. We have 2 people in line right now, Betty. We'll be doing 3 more tonight. Yep. Right now we're reading for our friend Layla. Then we have Isabel. Then we have Mackenzie. If you would like to jump in and get a reading, you're more than welcome to drop a donation. The Chariot is the one that fell out while we were shuffling. The Queen of Swords did 2 in reverse. 33 people in here. I love the number. Then you got the 2 of Wands in the draw. 2 of Wands in the draw. Ace of Pentacles in the draw as well. Then we got the Fool in reverse in the root. Right side up is what he looks like. Came out in reverse. These cards, they want to let you know that, as weird as it sounds, this breakup is a very important chapter in your process. This closing of this chapter is really what's going to allow you to step deeper into you. The Chariot right here, the one that fell out while we were shuffling, right away is showing that it's time for you to be pulled in the direction of your divinity. It's time for you to be pulled in the direction of the path that you came here to live, the journey of life that you came here to learn here on Earth School. Moving in balance, even though both of these sphinxes are moving in opposite direction, they keep each other balanced. So staying in that fine middle line between the two opposite ends of the spectrum, and that'll allow you to keep moving in forward motion. Now is your time also to step into your queenliness. Time to step into your skills, your sharpness, your cutting edge power as an individual, specifically that divine feminine, as a woman, as a powerful woman here to make an impact on this earth. It's time for you to step into that energy. And you can't do that when you're wasting your energy and your perspective and all of your focus on another individual. You got to focus on yourself. And so now with this breakup, you're being offered the opportunity to see life from a fresh, new perspective. What did this relationship have to teach you? What lessons can you learn from this? What areas were you satisfied with, that you were happy how you behaved? What areas would you like to improve on and develop greater within your life? Similarly, seeing all of the gold and magic that this relationship brought you, I'm sure you got to experience some very beautiful memories. And I'm sure you got to experience and got to learn some amazing lessons. And so now you're getting to see this experience as a blessing, and even the closure of this experience is a blessing within itself in disguise, and learning how to see this blessing in disguise. The best way that's going to help you to see that is by becoming the Fool, stepping back into that space of not taking shit so seriously, learning where you're attached so you can release those attachments, because the Fool's not attached at all. The Fool just flows with the wind. And as Buddhists teach, attachment is the root of desire. And so if you're attached onto this relationship or these expectations of how this relationship is supposed to unfold, then you're going to experience a fair amount of pain. And that's okay. It is okay to experience pain. You're not weak for experiencing pain. You can face it. And you can also witness the pain from a new perspective and find the gold within the pain itself when you sit with it. And this will help you stand even deeper into your power as an individual. And also realize that, okay, I also want to hold myself on a throne. I'm not going to settle for anybody, and I'm not going to give someone a chance because they may or may not be this person. No, that if they're not meeting your royal standards as a queen, then you don't need to waste your energy. But also the Fool is going to put you in those spaces by not taking shit so seriously, by being more playful with life, by moving in tune with your innocence, your childlike essence, your eternal sense of self, the kid within you, that part of you that will never grow up, will never age, will never die because it's never even been born. That divine light within you, that divine darkness within you, both in harmony, moving you into the tune of your groove, your truth, your life mission. It's okay to be a little foolish. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to learn your lessons. But make sure you're learning those lessons and asking yourself, what am I here to learn from this? Ultimately, and this is how you will begin to transform that. Allow yourself to feel the heartbreak, but if you're ruminating in it too heavy, don't get lost in it. Do something else. Get your mind onto something else. Paint, scream, draw, dance. Go have sex. Get your mind off of it. I will tell you what my dad told me, that the worst way to get over somebody is to become under somebody, to get under somebody. So yeah, you don't want to nullify the pain. Feel the pain, appreciate the pain, and let it show you what it's here to teach you. Don't try to avoid it, but also realize it's not as bad as you might think it is. Go have fun out there to the best of your ability. Alrighty. I think that's about it, baby. I think that's about it. How did that feel? How did that resonate, Layla? Up next is Isabel. After Isabel, we have Mackenzie, and I think that is the end of our list this evening. Don't get lost in the sauce, one of my favorite things to remember and say in my mind. Exactly. Excuse me. Thank you for this. This is very uplifting. I'm glad to hear that. I pay Cash App. I see you. I will check. Oh, I've got a couple on Cash App. Boom, 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 boom. Got yours, Michaela. And then I got yours, Betty. Marushka. Cool. Cool. That'll be it this evening. So I'm going to close out the list after that, but we will definitely get you guys your readings. Up next is Isabel. After Isabel is Mackenzie. After Mackenzie is Michaela. After Michaela is Betty. Elizabeth just got yours as well, so you're definitely getting in here. Not going to turn you away. I'll make sure you will get a reading. Isabel, are you still here? No, you're good. Don't worry about it. You'll get a reading. Get a reading. Isabel, are you still here? No, you're good. Don't worry about it. You'll get a reading. Isabel, are you still here? Do you have any questions? Is there a deck you want to use? Sweet. Maru. I see. That's where the username comes in. Do you have a preference? Goddess vibe. I put it in my comment already. Alright. She said, I don't want to type it again. Just fucking pay attention. God damn. Excuse me. I'm getting tired. Zen reading. Cool. Zen reading. I'm gonna guess you mean by these Zen cards here, right? I'm gonna guess you also mean a general reading because you said Zen reading without. Oh, in the live comments. Oh, I don't know if I saw it. All right. Well, would you mind answering once again, my friend? Would that be too much to ask? So I don't have to scroll and find the comment. Got you. Message from Spirit regarding my life path. Perfect. Cool. Thank you all. I didn't see that. It got lost in the comments. Is there a deck you'd like to use tonight? Traditional tarot. Alrighty. Let's go. Dear Divinity, angels, guides of our friend Isabel, is there any message you'd like to share this evening regarding one's spiritual path? Any direction, any clarity you'd like to communicate? Let us know. Cut the deck. Clear the energy. Draw two. First and foremost, we have the Four of Swords, right side up. We have Temperance in reverse. This is how Temperance looks right side up. in reverse. We have Justice in reverse as well. We have Justice in reverse. This is what the Justice card looks like right side up. Four of Swords is the only one that's right up. Temperance in the draw in reverse. Justice in the draw in reverse. Yes. The cards are saying that you know your spiritual path, you know your direction, you know what it is that you came here to do for your life path. You know what you're required of, you know the steps that it will take, but maybe you're feeling a little bit confused and convoluted with all of the information that you're being overloaded with. So now it's really time to sit in the stillness, to go within, to ask yourself, what messages are signs of my path, and what messages are signs that I shouldn't pay attention to? The Temperance card is reminding you to stay grounded but keep flowing, similar to the Star card, but this is a little bit more on an even greater amplified level. See, this being here, it's androgynous, right? They're not necessarily masculine or feminine. They have a very balanced energy of masculine and feminine. They obviously are wearing a halo and they got wings. Yes, trust yourself, trust the process. Exactly. Stay grounded, but keep flowing. Have one foot on the ground, one foot on the water, and keep the cups going. Keep it moving. Remember that change is the only constant in life. So all you can do, instead of trying to change everything around you, change reactions to it so you can continue to flow in the direction that is in tune with your divine gifts. Trusting yourself, trusting the change, trusting the process. This will help you continue to move in a greater level of balance, and so you're also being encouraged to integrate a greater level of balance, a greater level of stillness, a greater level of recognition of what it is that is not in alignment and what is. Learning how to recognize those and then putting them to rest so that you can move like the Libra, the balanced scale of justice, then walk on that path. I don't typically do this, but I'm going to flip up because this card has been making a subtle appearance while I've been shuffling, and underneath the Justice card is the Devil card, also in the root. The reason why I'm showing this today is because I want you to know that, there is an energy that is potentially becoming an obstacle of the path. The devil isn't necessarily like there's a dude down there, telling people to do evil things and who's manipulating. Like, that's not necessarily the devil. The devil is that which is obstructing you from your path, that which is making things confusing, that which is making things not easy to see clearly. The devil is that which is tempting you to get off your flow. So you got to stay grounded and rooted in your flow, grounded and rooted in the flow, learning how to develop that. And that's how you can really bring justice to your life, to your path, and to not give that devil any power, and instead bring that devil to justice as well. Staying committed, staying true, regardless of how anybody reacts or responds to you. Because when you're acting in your truth, people are going to feel that, and it's going to be triggering to a fair amount of people. And you have the ability to still sit in that space while others are triggered and honor their process and allow them to be triggered without you being reactive or triggered by it either. And that's how you can continue to hold greater levels of space, and that's how you can continue to really do the work that you're here to do, which I feel like is much more just holding space and just shining as a beacon more than anything, leading by example type of energy. And that's what your mission, your path is calling you to do. And so go walk your path. Stay balanced, stay grounded in your flow, embrace the change, put to rest all of those things that are not in alignment with it, and keep flowing with that which is. You gotta allow yourself a space to sit in the stillness of it so you can recognize the difference. And then just keep flowing with it. Sweet sauce. And we'll keep flowing. We'll keep flowing. We'll keep flowing. I'm open to feedback. I'm open to feedback. I'm open to Tammy. The same one. Love you, my guy. Thanks for coming in here and sharing your truth. Hope you're having an alright time, whatever you're getting into. And we'll keep flowing. You are welcome. I'm happy to share. Mackenzie, are you still here? You got it. You're on it. You're on the path. So keep walking it. Mackenzie, are you still here? We got Mackenzie, we have Michaela, we have Betty, we have Elizabeth. And we'll keep flowing. Mackenzie, if you are here, what deck would you like to play with? Do you have any questions? Heck yeah. How long have you been reading? How long have you been doing astrology? Mackenzie, I'm feeling purple. What do my spirit guides, angels need to tell me right now? And a deck you feel guided to? I'm feeling purple. When you say I'm feeling purple, are you saying these cards? Do you see these ones as purple? Or are you just saying that's how you're feeling right now, is the color purple? Either way is cool. Regardless, I'm glad that resonated. My dude. Stay on that path. Keep moving. Like, you're on it. You know that you're on it. But also, like, this is realer than real it gets. Don't let anyone tell you anything otherwise. Like, you know this is real. And now is your really chance to, like, bring that into the reality. Like, that's a big... If you've been doing this for astrology for 10 years, you've got a head start. Like, it's obviously just now getting to the mainstream. So now is your time to, like, really... bring it to justice. Sweet. Mackenzie likes these cards. She would like a reading from her guides and the divine and those watching over us tonight. Hello, Fern. What's up, Hannah? Exactly. I see you. I feel you too. Alrighty. Cards. We've cleared the energy and we're moving forward with authenticity, honesty, clarity. Please allow us to receive the message, the reading for our friend Mackenzie, that which is in tune with her truth and what she needs to see this evening. We'll shuffle once more. Cut the deck. Clear the cards. Draw two. These guys are making big plays today. Even in different decks, this energy is heavy here. What is going on? I'm glad that y'all have been watching for a little bit. Those who haven't, just let you know that these cards, all three of these cards have made at least one appearance today. Alright, and for you, my dude, Mackenzie, right there, in the draw, the Fool. Thanks, you Tucci. Likewise, my dude. I've closed the queue this evening, Hannah. We'll be doing another live stream tomorrow evening for Tarot Tuesday, but we've got 3 more after our friend, the Fool. And then I'm going to get some rest because I got to catch an airplane early in the morning. We have the Chariot in reverse. The Chariot. Just look at that card compared to the other deck. You saw the Chariot earlier. Chariot in reverse. It's good to see some familiar faces in here. It's good to see some new names as well. And we got the King of Cups in reverse in the root. That's what he looks like right side up. Reverse in the root. Yes. My dude. Mackenzie, more than anything, the cards are telling you now's your time to move in tune with the Fool. The Chariot being here in reverse is telling you that you should be looking to move in a new direction. The Chariot being the guide, the ship, to move you towards your whatever you wish. If you want to move in towards your dreams, do it. If you want to move in towards Your dramas, do it. I'm sure you would rather your dreams than your dramas. At least that's like the most logical thing for me, right? But like, who knows? You're a free person. You have free will. So move towards that which you are willed to do, what you feel called to do. But I think the cards are encouraging you with subtle direction. They wouldn't just tell you to move without telling you where to move. They're going to say move. In tune with the Fool. Move in tune with the Fool. Now is your time to stop taking shit so seriously. You don't have to believe everything that you're told. You're allowed to craft your own relationship with reality and break the laws of the matrix so that you can actually live the existence that you came here to live. You don't have to go with the same stagnant programs that have been implemented and have been imposed upon you without consent. You're allowed to resist this, and in fact, that's what's going to allow you to stand deeper in your power as an individual, your royal self. But also the King of Cups being, as I'll say for the third time to charm this evening, King of Cups being the logical masculine interpretation of one's emotions and intuitions. So being able to perceive these aspects of yourself from a grounded stance and then moving in that direction, because these are going to point you in the direction of your truth, of your dreams, of the life that you wish to live. Your intuitions, your emotions will allow you to see how you can appear more in the Fool. And the Fool isn't just someone that you should look down upon. No, the Fool is actually someone who's admirable, because they're the one who's living so free regardless of the realm's rules. The Fool is the one who does whatever they please regardless of what they're told by society. The Fool does whatever they please because it feels good to their heart and makes them feel alive in their being. And why the fuck would you be alive right now if you didn't want to feel alive in your being? So now is the time to step into that foolish energy, because that's really what's going to allow you to move in the direction of your dreams. That's really what's going to allow you to move in the direction of your freest essence, your most liberated state of being. Listen to your intuitions and witness them. Sit back on your chair and learn how to discern the difference between programming that has been imposed and placed into you without your consent, and instead rewire those, release those cords, and instead listen to your intuitions and being able to discern and recognize the difference. It takes practice. We're not taught this for a very specific reason in a more modern mainstream context. If you got to be raised with this information at a young state, that's flipping awesome. I'm still coming new to this, but I know I've learned this many lifetimes because it just feels so true in me, and I really don't have to try that hard because it comes to me naturally. And I listen to my emotions, and this is what you're being encouraged to do too. And I do my best to live a foolish life. I consider myself an unconventional individual. So speaking from experience, from being an individual who took life so seriously and was like, oh, you got to listen to the government, oh, you got, and then having some very breakthrough moments throughout my perception and reality and my human experiencing, there's much more going on here, and you have a very important role to play. You have very strong gifts to anchor into this experience to share with your fellow beings, and you won't be able to do that if you listen to what you're told what's happening on the mainstream. So you got to listen to what's being told right here. Go have some fun out there. Yeah, you're going to be provided an opportunity to really recognize how you can choose that Fool and choose the direction of the truth, I feel, within the near future. Otherwise, you wouldn't be receiving this message. And so when that opportunity presents itself, you're going to have a subtle recollection of this. Be like, oh, dude, I remember that dude with those cards on the internet said something about this. Maybe I shouldn't do this. Maybe I shouldn't do this because this doesn't make me feel like the Fool. Maybe I'm taking this shit too seriously. Maybe instead I should move towards my dreams. Be courageous. It's not going to be easy, but you know the difference and know that it'll pay off. All right. That's it, Mackenzie. How does that feel? How does that resonate? I'm open to feedback. Michaela, you are up next, babe. Michaela, do you have any questions? Do you have any comments, concerns? That was amazing. Thank you so much. It resonated so well. Heck yeah. Cool to hear. I'd love to hear it. That's really what this is all about. Michaela, are you still here? Is there a deck that you'd like? Is there a reading that you'd like to receive? A question you'd like answered from the cards tonight? Thank y'all for y'all's participation, for your likes, for your shares. I really appreciate y'all. I see you guys down there. It really means a lot to me. And for those of y'all just joining, what's up? Thank you for being here. For those of y'all who've been here, what's up? Can I ask you a question? I have a question for you. Question of the day is, what have you been listening to lately? Music, podcasts, TV, people, what have you been listening to lately? Drop me a comment. I'd love to know. What's up, Lana? Welcome back. Michaela, I'm not seeing you. Michaela, I'm not seeing you. Maru, are you still around? What kind of music? Audiobooks. What kind of audiobooks? Dizzy on the Come Down by Turnover. Oh, you can always play that song. Mac Miller live space album today. All right, that's a vibe. Dizzy on the Come Down is such a beautiful song. Mac Miller is always an OG. I will be on tomorrow. Yeah, I plan on that. I'm going to do 2 lives tomorrow. One, I guess I should make an announcement. You guys are going to get a little heads up. I'm sure some of you have heard it already. I'm releasing my journal that I've crafted. I've made a guided journal, and it's called Astral Body. And I'm releasing it tomorrow. I released it on December 22nd, 2021. However, half the people didn't get it on the MailChimp, so I just waited a little bit to process, digest, and so tomorrow I'll be releasing it again with even more people. So if you'd like to jump on that list, because this is the last time I'm giving it out for free, otherwise I'm going to be selling it, you can do that. You can check it out. Jump on my email list on my website, which you can find in my bio. Send me a message on Instagram. I'll make sure you get it. I'll be looking one more time before the live stream. I'll make everyone on that list, and they will get that journal. So if you'd like a copy, find a way to give me your email, and we'll get it. Podcasts and old school music from the 80s, 90s, 2000s. Hello. Cool. Michaela says, I'm Michaela. General, please. Got you, baby. Got you, my dude. Excuse me, I don't know you like that. Why are you calling me baby? Rude. Just because I'm a grandma and everybody is my baby. Because I just want to care for you and kiss you on the forehead and tuck you in good night. Anyway. General reading for my friend. For you, dude. I don't even know if I can call you friend. General reading for you, dude. Well, we're going to play with the traditional cards. Yeah. Alrighty. I see. We need some sleep. We'll get there. Divine Queen. I'm going to take a screenshot of that real quick. Cool. Appreciate y'all. Alrighty. Flowing. General reading for our friend Michaela. What do you have to say tonight? Dear Divine. Show the truth. These gods move through you. Clear these energies. Cut the deck. Clear these energies again so we can get focused. I'm going to shuffle one more time because I recognize. Split the deck. There we go. Clear the energies and draw 2. Air! Shouts out Dolo, my dudes. We got a full air reading right now. 2 of Swords right there in the draw. Ten of Swords right there in the draw in reverse. Hello, Diana. We have a queue right now. So we're not going to be doing any more readings after the queue is complete this evening. We've been on for about, how long? Yeah, almost 120 minutes? Whoa, this has been a 2-hour live stream. We've been flowing. Cool. 2 of Swords. 10 of Swords. King of Swords. These guys are in reverse. This one's upright. The cards want to highlight that you've been feeling conflicted. The cards want to highlight that you've been feeling dissonance, cognitive dissonance. You've been feeling tied. You've been feeling like you need to make a decision between one thing and another. You've been feeling like something's been obstructing you in your evolution, your patterns, your path of unfolding. You've been feeling like you haven't been able to express yourself as truly as you deserve and would like and wish to do. You've been feeling like you need to fight and hold your ground and compete. You've been feeling like it takes energy to simply just be. Now is the time to put to death all of those things that are not allowing you to be. Choose violence. Nah, I'm kidding, but like, metaphysically, do not let that shit fly. Whatever it is, if it's a thought that's making you feel obstructed, you gotta stand strong in your brain and be like, no, not today. If it's a person, a relationship, a connection that you can't be yourself in, why are you in there? Is it because they're your family? So what? You don't necessarily have to do that. You don't have to subject yourself to those energies. In fact, you can step into your power and learn how to cut out the shit that is not needed, regardless of the context of it. Be yourself. Be true to yourself. You don't have to change the way you behave for anybody else. Though you are being encouraged to change the types of connections and the relations and the energies that are not allowing you to step into your power. Also, as you begin to integrate this energy into your being, know that the swords are the sign of air. Air is a simple element of communication, of intellect, of wisdom. So begin to learn to communicate what it is that you need. Begin to learn to communicate what it is that you require, what it is that you desire. Begin to communicate what it is that you want to put to death and that you can no longer stand for. Begin to communicate that which is confusing or bogging you down or disrupting the clarity. And then use your intelligence to recognize what it is that you need to cut out and sit with and realize that you don't even need. And maybe you've been using your intelligence a little too much. Maybe you've been feeling convoluted because you've been thinking way too much, because you've been trying to think yourself into a situation that really you should just be using your emotions. And instead, putting that habit to death, because you've been making yourself conflicted, because you've been in your head too much. So ground this, flip it upside down, get out of your head, get into your body, and getting into your body will allow you to become more in tune with your intuition and how the vessel communicates through its responses. So you're really being encouraged to recognize and sit with those things that are obstructing your path and your vision and cutting them out so that you can step into your greatness, your power, your gifts. But if you've been using your brain too much, it's also going to convolute it. There's a balance, there's limits to it. It's learning how to recognize those limits and learning how to honor them and listen to them and not supersede them, even though your ego says you should do it. Doesn't mean you have to do it. Put that desire to death and honor the desires that are going to allow you to step deeper into your power. That's not putting power over by anybody else. It's just stepping into your power. Yeah. I think both those readings regarding either whether you're too far in your head, whether being called to integrate in that masculine perception of intellect, to cut out that shit that is not in resonance, are both very clear. And I think your guides want you to hear this tonight. All right. Yes. Let's flow. Let's grow. Yes, this makes so much sense. Thank you. You're welcome. I'm glad that it makes so much sense. That's assuring to me, very encouraging to me. We'll keep moving to this frequency. What's up, Galley girl? Alrighty, let me see who's up next. Maru, it is you, Marushka. Marushka. You are up. Do you have any questions tonight? Is there a card deck that you'd like to play with? I've been hurt in my relationship. I've been single for the last 2 years. Will I ever love again? Let's see. Other decks that you want to play with. After Maru is Elizabeth, and I think that might be it. Let me check one more time. Yes. After Maru is Elizabeth, and that will be it for the evening. Alrighty, we'll keep flowing. I think we're going to play with this deck if that's okay with you, Maru. Unless you prefer another one. It's 111 here in the Midwest. Shouts out. Katie Logic. Good to see you in here. I trust your energy. Cheers. I do too. Dear cards, please point us towards the truth, what it is to communicate here today with Maru. Will she ever find love again? Do you have any messages you'd like to communicate regarding one's relationship status, romance, and how that energy plays out in their life? Shouts out 1111, up on the West Coast, make your wishes. Y'all saw that. Y'all saw that. Cut the deck, clear the energy, draw two. Ooh! These cards, dude, they got a sense of humor. They got a sense of humor. Before I read them, someone just, hold on, I gotta share this. Alright. Excuse me. Card that jumped out. Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles. Then we got all wands in the draws. So just to let you know, first of all, wands are the symbol of fire. And I want to point that out because there's a lot of fire here. We got the 5 of wands there. We got the 7 of wands here. We got the 10 of wands here. In the root. Fire is imagination. Fire is passion, inspiration. Wands are the symbol of fire. We have the 5. We have the 8. We have the 10. Look at all these dudes. You see how hard they're working? The cards see how hard you're working. The cards see how much this heartbreak has it's given you something to work with, we'll say. You know, this heartbreak has made it feel like you've been fighting. You know, you've been fighting yourself, you've been fighting with God, you've been fighting with the situation and the circumstances and how things unfolded. You don't necessarily understand it, and that brings all sorts of emotions. You can feel pissed off, disheartened, left in the darkness. You even feel like you've been fighting for some time. You've been feeling like you've been carrying all this weight for some time. You've been feeling like you've also been having to like defend yourself and protect yourself against that which is still precious to you, that which hasn't been broken by this heartbreak. You've been doing everything in your power to make sure that it's protected. You've been doing everything in your power to make sure that it's secure, and be like doing everything in your ability to preserve yourself from ever experiencing a heartbreak again. Like, you don't ever want to do that again. You're done with the fight. You don't want to keep carrying all of these sticks. And I'm here to tell you that you're done with the fight. You don't gotta keep carrying all of the weight. You don't gotta keep fighting with everybody. You don't have to defend anything. Now is your opportunity to perceive relationships from a completely new perspective. Yeah. Now is your time to see relationships from a completely new perspective. And as you begin to open up, you will be more receptive to give your love and receive your love and share your love. As you begin to open up, this is going to provide the space for those romantic connections to make their way back into your life so that you can share your love with those who are ready to receive it, and you can receive the love those you're ready to receive it from. You got to put down the bat, as my dad says. My dad would always tell me, you got to stop beating yourself up. Put down the bat. That's what these cards are telling you today. You got to put down the bat. You don't got to beat yourself up. You don't got to beat up the circumstances. You don't got to beat up your previous lover. You just don't got to do any of that any longer. You're allowed to let it go. You're allowed to drop all of those wants. And in fact, by doing that, by working on that process of letting it go and just moving into a fresh state of being present in this moment and stop living in the past and being like, oh shit, what could I have done better? Oh, I feel I'm missing this energy. I wish I still had this. Like, it's just like, you don't gotta put so much effort into it. The best loves are going to be the ones that are going to feel most effortless. The best loves are going to be the ones that become easy and natural. And it's not whether or not you're going to find love again. Like, you can find love right now, like in yourself. Like, go look in the mirror and say, I love you. And learn how to love yourself the way that you deserve to be loved, so that you can begin to cultivate this practice, so that another individual can eventually jump in as well. And you can teach that person the ways in which you enjoy to be loved, and you can learn the ways in which that person enjoys to be loved, and you can see how they relate with another individual on a much more conscious level than just being like, oh, we complete each other, we are soulmates. Like, no, like, I'm a whole person within myself. Yes, exactly. I know you're a strong woman, and I know that you like to not... I don't want your strength to be something that obstructs you from connections. Don't think that you have to do it all by yourself. Don't think that you have to do anything at all. Don't think that you have to muscle it. This is something that's much more subtle. And so learning how to ease up in the strength will allow you to create that space to share the love. Yeah, and continuing to cultivate that love for yourself will then allow you to just become more clear what it is within you that you need and what it is that you require within a relationship, and that which is you're not willing to compromise for, and that what it is that you're recognize your areas of growth. That's about it. It's not whether or not if love is out there. Love is out there ready for you. It's just, are you ready to see it? Are you willing to do the work to stop obstructing it from your vision and instead focus on it? Because it's right here. It's right here. Always right here. It's never gone away. Even in the most painful heartbreaks. And even in those spaces, I know it's not easy to see or hear. And you don't even want to hear that because you just want to feel that heartbreak, and that's important. But when we can come to a space of stillness, we can remember that, all right, yes, self-healing is messy, though it's beautiful. It's not a linear process. It's not going to happen overnight, but you keep working on it. And it's a lifelong journey, if you ask me. So keep moving in that journey and allow yourself to stay open. That's the key. Alrighty, we're going to keep flowing. Finally is Elizabeth. Appreciate you, Joe. I just got that. Thank you. Cool. You are welcome. Elizabeth, are you still here? Joe, I have already communicated. You must just be jumping in if you're still there. I've already communicated that Elizabeth will be the last reading. I'm running low on energy personally, And I would prefer to maintain that boundary and keep it to that. Elizabeth is the last cards we pull this evening. Thus, I would happily save it for the next time. Yeah, I was going to say that. I could save it for next time. I could give it back to you. You know, you could just send it as a donation for being here this evening. But I would like to honor this boundary. My body is calling me to jump off the live stream shortly. We've been on here for a little bit. I wish they can put the same as for us. I am. Thanks so much. I wish they can put the same as for us. I am. Thank you. You're welcome. I don't necessarily pick up the first part of that phrase, but don't worry. Elizabeth, are you still here this evening? Going once, going twice, going once, going twice. Been invited to speak at a museum next month. Any advice for a successful talk? But nervous. Any deck. Oh, this is you, Elizabeth. My bad, my dude. I apologize. I see you. Been invited to speak at the monument. I see you. At the museum next month. Any advice for a successful talk? Bit nervous. Any deck? I see you. Cool. All right, I got you, Elizabeth. We're gonna keep flowing with this deck. They're feeling it. What's up, Kimberly? I appreciate your compliment. Alrighty, Elizabeth. What do you say all the time? Elizabeth would like some insight regarding one's opportunity to speak at the museum. Is there a message for you today? My dude. These cards speak the truth. For our friend Elizabeth, what would we like to show you? 2 cards and a root. Cut the deck. Clear the energy. We have the 6 of Cups right there in the draw. My dude. It does, right? I love the word dude. Like, it's not technically like gendered, so like it can be applied to everybody, and everybody can be a dude. You got the 2 of Wands in reverse. Carlito Sway, what is up, my dude? Never seen you live, but you seem tired. Keep doing you, man. Keep those boundaries. Yes. It's 1, 2, 3 a.m. 1, 2, 3 a.m. It's reaching my bedtime. Appreciate you. We got the Page of Wands upside down in the root. No, we can't. My cup is abundant. We got the 6 of Cups. We got the 2 of Wands in reverse. That is pretty cool, and the Page of Wands. First and foremost, I'm getting a very positive message. The 6 of Cups is showing that it's going to be a jovial experience. It's going to play out well, and I see you performing impeccably. I see you sharing what it is you came to speak on at the museum wonderfully. Like this person sharing the flowers with their fellow folk. Your speech is like these flowers, and this is you sharing with your crew, giving these to the world. The 2 and the Page of Wands are both encouraging you to take some time for yourself as it's leading up to this. You're nervous because you care, and that's important. But also, how can you perceive it from a space that's going to allow you to sit with that nervousness and not allow it to shackle you? Look at it from a new perspective. Practice. Obviously practice. Maybe practice in front of new people. Maybe practice in a public space, just openly, because that's going to be weird and that's going to be uncomfortable and that's going to make you have to get used to sharing. This is uncomfortable because it's new. Public speaking is a skill. Some people take it naturally. Some people, it takes a lot of effort and challenge. Be patient and easy with yourself. But don't think that you have to do it only one way and there's only one way or the highway. Like, allow yourself to perceive it from as many lenses and angles as you can. But walk hand in hand with your power, with your magic, with your staff, and trust the process and your path. Keep doing the practice that you need to do that allows you to feel more confident in delivering the message. That's okay that you're naturally shy. That's no worry. This is your opportunity to grow in this area. And it's your opportunity to work through that. You have nothing to lose. And you're going to be doing a great service by sharing what it is that you are asked to share with the staff of the museum. It's important that you care, and the nerves show that you care. Though at the same time, the more you can believe in yourself, the more you can ground into that feeling of confidence, the easier the delivery will be. So a lot of it is really just practice. Practice to the point where you have it memorized. Practice listening to yourself and listening to how it sounds coming off your lips so you can really begin to fine-tune the message. But also, don't become so attached to it either. Don't think that, I gotta memorize it word by word and I must repeat this script for my audience. No, you know it. You know it. You don't even need to necessarily write a speech. You could freestyle it. And you could just speak from that space of knowing it is what you came to speak. But if there are some points that you really want to communicate, you can have a speech written right there, I'm sure. And you can share your highlights, your bullet points, those essential aspects that you came to share, but also still allowing the intuition to guide you. So look at this information from a fresh perspective, and how can you develop a connection with it from an intuitive stance as well, so that you can then hold it in your hands and walk with it and share it. Stop telling yourself that you're scared. That's not helping. Stop telling yourself that you're nervous. That's not helping either. It's important to recognize those emotions, and it's important to allow yourself to feel them, to not deny them, but you don't have to identify with them, and you don't have to create that as a persona. You're allowed to release it. You're allowed to move forward, and in fact, this will allow you to begin to move deeper into the confidence. Wonderful. Thank you. I'll do that. Yeah, you're welcome. I wish I could provide you more. But really, this is just developing a new skill. It's not going to be the easiest, though it's worth it, and the more effort you give toward it, the stronger you become. You can do it. Affirm yourself. Yes. Like I was saying, looking in the mirror is one of the most beneficial practices that has assisted me in getting my mind right and developing a deeper relationship with myself and why I'm here and who I am. And so I can share. It's also great to practice in front of a mirror because you get to speak out loud and see your own personal reactions to how you're releasing it. All right. That is it this evening, my friends. No siento. You don't have to be sorry. No sorry. You're good. Está bien. Mis español es muy poquito. Necesito practicar. Nonetheless, I can read and listen a little bit. This is my mother's ring. There are 2 fish. I'm gonna snag it. I'm gonna ask her if I can borrow it. It's a Pisces. I don't think she ever wears it. Okay. I don't know. Necesito practicar. Mis español is poquito, very small. My Spanish is very small. Aprendo. I am learning. Anyway, English is the tongue that I was learned first. Alrighty. Thank you, Tucci, for your wishes of well-being. Go, everybody. You literally surprised me. Nice. Life is all about surprises. I'm a man of many surprises. See. All right. Thank you all for being here tonight. Thank you for hanging out. You can catch the recording in like a day or so on my YouTube. I'm going to be doing a live stream tomorrow evening. If you want to jump in here, you want to make sure you get yourself that journal, send me your email. If you want to support me in other ways, you can check out my website out. See my merch on there. I make stickers. I'm going to be I am not currently making shirts, but that's coming up. I just wrote an ebook journal. Also have a ebook out on cryptocurrency right now. If you want to learn about the basics of Bitcoin, that's out for free on my website as well. Yeah, let's see. I make these silly TikToks too. And yeah, I think that's about it. Check out the stickers. You can order them on my website. I got a handful. Do I have them right here? They should be in here. I think they're down here. I'll show them right now. Yeah, they're right here. Oh, I gotta find the others. Might have to order some more soon. Oh, there they go. Okay. So I have this one. This is Ad Astro to the Stars. Drawing of my Astro van. I've lived in my Astro van for about 2 years. Recently have been moved out of the van because she was stolen and I was robbed at gunpoint back in July. And so I made this sticker as a commemorative piece for her. That's out there. I did get her back, just in case you're wondering. I got this one here. I also like to play with just like handwriting and legibility. I don't know if you can see what that one says, but that says wholesome in reverse. Because I put the hoe in wholesome, so you gotta underline the hoe. So this is for all my wholesome hoes out there. So if you like that sticker, that's also on my website. And then we got the titty tree. Oh, titty tree, representing all the beautiful beings and bodies. I love this one. I made this one on Christmas, December 25th, 2020. So this drawing is just over a year old now, and I have it released on these stickers, which you can also find on my site. I got a sticker pack. And yeah, I always send like little neat handwritten notes and all that good stuff. Yes, Lord love them. We wouldn't be here without them. Is a shroomy. Hey, it's actually I was going for a tree, though the shroom shape is definitely there. All right, yeah, those are my stickers, you guys. I also have a new design up on my website, but I haven't got it printed yet, so I don't have any physical copies of it. But I'm really stoked for that one. So that's gonna be I'm gonna screen print it on the shirts on the side of that. So if you want to go check out the design, you can go check that out on my website as well. Yeah, I'll soon enough be also teaching digital yoga classes. I'm a yoga instructor in my spare time. I also compost I'm a composting educator. Yeah, so I'm just gonna be providing all those skills on my website. So if you guys on the digital realm as well as in life. So if you guys wanna keep it on the wave, you wanna tune in, just hit that follow button or whatever and say what's up every once in a while. There's always magic happening over here at the InZen station. I've had a grand old time flowing with you this evening, and I'm so grateful. Thank you for all of our teachers. Thank you for all of the lessons that have brought us here this evening. I wish you all a beautiful rest. Sweet dreams. Beautiful day, whatever you're getting into. I'll see you soon. Peace.